I had kind of a dual track. I was in the Air Force, the Air Force 24/7, but then I was a volunteer firefighter pretty much my entire adult life. When I came home, I shifted off one uniform, put the other uniform on, and fought fire and went to auto accidents and many, many other kind of emergencies. I'm Dr. Bob Ditch. I'm a professor of Homeland Security and Emergency Management Studies for a number of universities. I'm a retired colonel, United States Air Force. Spent 32 plus years extending my adolescence on active duty in the military, traveling all around the world. I'm a son of an Air Force colonel, 5th generation firefighter, 5th generation chief fire officer. It was my passion always to be in the Air Force and to serve in the Air Force. And I got that opportunity right at the end of near the end of the Vietnam era, and had a number of rotations over to Southeast Asia, working over there during the end of the conflict, seeing the conflict coming to the end, and then spending those post-war years working in a number of positions throughout the Air Force, and then eventually into the more, if you want to call it, more recent era in the Middle East and Southwest Asia, and being deployed to Africa, in Somalia, and many places. And then my transition after I retired from the Air Force in 2004 was to continue somehow supporting it. And I ran across, which I should have discovered many, many more years before that, because it was always around, was the Civil Air Patrol. Every night, the president was hosting the White House COVID-19 task force. It was on the news, you were watching it. And on the 17th of March, 2020, Admiral Jerome Adams, I believe it was Jerome Adams, came on and was talking about the secondary and tertiary effects of it. And he says one of the things that is kind of insidious effects of the COVID is that 80% of the nation's blood donor centers were closing because of the COVID precautions, and people didn't have a means to donate blood. As a result, we're always short blood. So I got on the phone, started making phone calls and said, why can't we open some of our Civil Air Patrol facilities and bring in the Red Cross and all these guys, assist them with the logistics and the admin, which will spread them out a little bit more so that they can go to other places. We can take over many of the non-clinical related things that took off like wildfire. We started off with one facility here in Mesa, Arizona. It jumped to like 3 or 4 across Arizona, up to about 9 now. 39 locations across the United States. In fact, the Civil Air Patrol unit in Puerto Rico had their first one last weekend, as well as one down at San Antonio, Texas. We've got this mission going with Civil Air Patrol centers opening up across the nation. We've had over 280 center events in the last 3 years, collected well over 20,000 units of blood, and estimated saving potentially, according to the Red Cross, over 60,000 lives. Ask the question, who are you? Who are you? Who are you, and what can you give? Don't go looking for a job. Look for a mission, because you can attach a passion to a mission. You can't always attach a passion to a job. You can't attach a mission. You can attach your emotions, your drive, your insatiable, unbridled desire to sit there and give to a mission.